Radical.
Welcome to part 2 of Radical Rapid Fire Camera Response for February 14th through February 20th, 2022. Short comments, quick replies. Nitwit's World. Another problem with this message is that the Switch has no invoice on their console. Instead, you had to download an app that is a voice chat on an iPhone, so the Predator excuse is weak at least. Yet, out of all this, one of the craziest things from Team Amico is this whole line of thinking, this whole narrative that, well, Nintendo games, they're rapey. You remember that? And that leaves the children's open to predators. But like you said, you actually had to use, it's not even in-chat voice, right? So that's such a weak excuse. And it just shows the actual depths of the desperation that Team Amico will do to try to get people to buy an Amico or get interested or invest in Amico over a Nintendo Switch. Michael Jarvis, aka Sleepy Jarvis. Rick, my friend, if I sent you my address or phone number, would you be willing to sell me any of your comics or old NES, Game Boy, or GBA stuff you might be getting rid of? I'd rather buy from you than somewhere else. I think I left you a response because I had a longer response in mind, but I just didn't have the time to at that point. I'm a figment of all of yours imagination. And I could give you a long response here, but radical rapid fire. Number one, people that consider me their friend. Here's the deal. I'd be a really crappy friend because I don't talk to any of you outside of YouTube. If I have time, respond to comments, and I don't even respond to all the comments, okay? I get on YouTube, I entertain, it's a hobby, and then I go about my day. There used to be a time where I was really involved in YouTube, but that time has passed. Right now, it's just like a routine that you might get into. I'm here to, sometimes I don't even fucking know why I'm here. But one thing I definitely won't be doing is exchanging addresses with online strangers. Okay? No offense, Sleepy Jarvis, but, hell, I don't know who any of you people are outside of YouTube. I get on YouTube, we talk about things, and everything's all equal. Also, I don't like to place some people above other people because I like to be fair and objective. For the references of maybe, comment, the comment rating and whatnot like that for my comment reply shows. I'm a YouTuber. This is a show, and there won't be any exchanging of addresses or numbers. Caleb B. Give us a mailing address so we can send you our hidden gems. Same thing, same idea. I've had this from many people, and some people aren't joking. They say, Rick, you know what? We like you. You're a YouTuber that we like. We like that you expose other YouTubers, and you do a great job in doing this. So we want to reward you by sending you stuff. Right. So let's see. Okay. So I expose people for e-bagging online. I've done that, right? I've done that probably better than almost anybody in the history of YouTube, and I should start accepting donations and gifts and things. Right. Arioka. Tommy Tellerico has a new Guinness World Record, e-bagging 4 times to release the same outdated product that the vast majority still doesn't know what it is. Yeah, if you go around to just random people on the street and you show them an Amico, they'd be like, what the hell? What kind of gaming device is that? Or if you just ask people, about an Amico, they'd be like, what the hell's an Amico? But that might be an actual world record. I'm not sure if it'll be, maybe we can call Guinness or whatever, but that's got to be a world record. E-bagging four times. 4 campaign Kickstarters for one product. Even products. Has there been more than 4? More than 3 for one product over several years? I mean, over 3 years, there's been 4 different campaigns, to try to get money up for this item that, correct me if I'm wrong, when it comes to game consoles, aren't they usually there's a loan, people go to a bank, they get money, and then they produce a game console? So yeah, that might actually be a record for e-bagging, at least for a game console. Double Jump Video Games. He lives on a very small island in the UK with low crime rates. I live there myself and this is unusual. I know he's alluded to some legal issues of late. I just get a deep down scummy vibe from him. Sometimes it's just a vibe. And you can feel these vibes more in real life. I'll tell you all, sometimes you can just get a scummy vibe from somebody. Like there was somebody yesterday at the flea market, and is a situation to where this guy came by and he was alluding to some stamps, and he had some stamps, some rare stamps, and maybe they weren't that rare, but I was getting a vibe that he wanted to bring me back to his table where he had some stamps. I'm like, oh, it's a great idea. I'm going to leave my table unattended and go to your table to look at some stamps that might even be not even legitimate stamps. And the whole time I could just like I could sense the scummy vibes coming directly from this person. Now, it's harder sometimes on YouTube, but I'm very good at watching a YouTube video and just listening to somebody and just sensing the scummy vibes. So I'll tell you, in life, that is one of the greatest things you can do, is develop your spidey sense for sensing those vibes. And about this small island in the UK, I've never lived on that small island, but I've heard a lot of things about that island, specifically the fact that most people that live on that island are quite rich. Gunnar Gallard, 420. Ah, the guy who spends thousands of dollars on GBAs who doesn't want to sell anything to get money to restore his bike. It's a great point you could always bring up on one of these YouTubers' channels when this one was literally crying about the bike being stolen, then set on fire, and whatnot, drowned, and all that stuff. Not at one point did this person ever say, in the middle of crying, I'm going to sell some of my rare video games to fix this. Don't worry about giving me any money. Weird thing, right? Not at one point did he say that he was going to take a lot of this stuff that even was donated to him, those games in the background, stuff that he didn't have to buy. He didn't say, don't worry about it. I got this. I got this. I shouldn't be crying because this is a very common bike. Come on now. That reminds me I need to do an upload on that video that was so kindly linked to me from the Condizzle. Chicago Infinity. Retro Future is another Camelot 331. Your thoughts? Not exactly. Like, I get the scummy vibes from this person just like I do Camelot 331. But when it comes to Camelot 331, specifically, years back, when I think he hit the height of his scumbaggery, is when he alluded to his patrons keeps him from jumping out of a window. I can't think of any time where I was more shocked at a statement concerning patrons. That is direct scumminess. And I think any of his audience, just point them to that, or point them to you can click a link on my other channel, the other YouTube channel, Radical Rick, the other one, because that actually has the audio. Believe it or not, he's literally like, I'm still shocked today. Not many things shock me, but the fact that he's alluding to how his patrons keep him from jumping out a window and ending his life. Joshua, it wasn't rigged. Talking about the Super Bowl here, Joshua was. Then I said, I'm going to call a stupid flag on you. The only difference between my call and the refs is mine makes sense. Laugh out loud. Now, here's the thing when it comes to being stupid. Some people are smart in 9% of their life. And then maybe there's a weak point. The weak point of stupidity that is allowed to creep in. I don't know if everyone's 100% smart. There might be some weaknesses there. A lot of guys, particularly, they're weak when it comes to females. Maybe they don't see what games females are playing because they're just kind of, maybe it's a pretty girl and they have that stupid weakness. Some people, they just have the weakness to something like football. Maybe it's such a huge part of their life and they can't admit to themselves that it is at some level fake. On some percentage it's rigged, it is fake. Okay? So I can make the argument, until I came to this final conclusion, Radical Rick was a little stupid. Because I was all into the NFL. I was. Until one day I saw it, and I didn't want to see it. So the thing is, no human is perfect. Any of us at any given time are open to being a little bit of stupid on certain things that we believe in. I, amongst a lot of people, want to believe in the NFL. I was really into the NFL. But there was too many things that I saw, and I was like, no, this is the end of it. You mean to tell me there's a second Super Bowl? a second home game Super Bowl. Get the fuck out of here, okay? So no, just don't allow yourself to get lost in being stupid on things. The Ikran writer. This is why Nintendo should be boycotted. Preservation is important. Hashtag boycott Nintendo. Okay, right? There's a lot of people that have left comments like this. Boycott Nintendo. Boycott Nintendo. Here's what you want to do if you actually want to boycott Nintendo. Hit them where it hurts. Quit buying Nintendo products. Quit buying their consoles. Quit buying their games. That's all you got to do if you want to really boycott Nintendo. Guess who doesn't have a Nintendo Switch? This guy. This guy right here. So I can say whatever I want to say about Nintendo because I don't have a Nintendo Switch. Of course, I'm really not huge into the gaming these days, but I just don't support Nintendo. So I, amongst anyone else, I have the right to actually speak out on Nintendo. So you might say I'm hashtag boycotting Nintendo because I'm big into game preservation. I'm just big into pro-consumer things. And you can make an argument that at times Microsoft with the Kinect box, Sony, and then Nintendo were anti-consumer, but far and away, Nintendo gets away with actually doing so much to their own audience. Just if it comes down to just overcharging, overpricing people. There was a funny, one of those fake articles that Nintendo is actually going to self-destruct all the Wiis in 2023. It was a hilarious article. Look it up. It says Nintendo is set to self-destruct all the Wiis because they're tired of people playing on these old consoles. And they're sitting at a table in a boardroom trying to figure out, okay, how can we sell them Super Mario Brothers 3 for a sixth time?